Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Anastasia. I'm going to continue to teach you area and practice some problems together. Just remember that area is the amount of flat space something takes up. Area can be calculated by counting the squares or by multiplying length times width of a square or rectangle. Miss Luciano already did shape A, C, and H with you in a previous video, so we're going to try to practice and look at shape E, G, B, D, and F. I'm going to ask you to pause the video so that you can figure out the answer and unpause so you can see if your answers are correct. Okay, so now you unpaused. E is 7 square units, G is 10 square units, B is 5 square units, D is 6 square units, and F is 10 square units. Remember, when you're writing area, you need to label it square units. If you got any of these wrong, pause and see where your mistakes were. If not, we're ready for the next slide. In this slide, they're asking which two shapes are of the same size. So we can see that all the shapes look differently, but if you figure out the area, two of them will have the same area. So pause and then unpause to figure out the answer. When we look here, we notice that K has 7 square units, M has also 7 square units. So those two shapes, K and M, are the same size because they have the same square units. L and N do not have the same. L had 6 square units and N had 5 square units, so those would not be the same size. If you got them correct, move on. If not, just pause and see where you went wrong. On this slide, we have shapes, but now they're not drawn in the lines to show you the square, but they're using the grid paper to help you see the square units. Notice the key said each square stands for 1 square unit. Again, pause, try to figure out the answer, unpause, and we'll go over it. And I'm going to look more closely at S to see why this shape is a little different than the rest. Okay, when we look at this, P is 7 square units, Q is 8 square units. We can see that this triangle plus this triangle will equal 1 square unit. R was 8 square units, and S is 12 square units. When we look at S, we notice that this square unit is not half like this triangle was. This is more than half. But when we look at this shaded part, we know that this little triangle can fit perfectly into this white space. So when you're taking this shaded part and putting it in this area, you're going to get 1 square unit. Same thing holds true for over here. Again, it's not half of the square, it's more than half. So if we take this shaded piece and fit it in this white space here, you're going to get 1 square unit. Okay, so when we're looking at this shape, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 1, 11, plus another 1, 12. So that's 12 square units. If you need to pause and look at that more carefully, please pause before you go on to the next slide. Our last slide, we have an irregular shape here. If I were to cover the shape, I notice that I can find the area of the rectangle. We said that if we do length times width, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the length. The length is usually longer. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, there's our width, which is 4. If we do length times width, we can find the area of this big rectangle to be 28 square units. So that would find the area of this shape. However, they want the area of the whole shape, which is irregular. So what you're going to need to do is take the area of the rectangle, 28 square units, plus the 5 square units right here, and that will give you 33 square units. So now you found the shape, the whole shape, to be 33 square units. I hope you had fun today looking at shapes differently. You're going to notice some more irregular shapes and continue doing a great job. We'll continue to practice this week, and we hope you have fun with the other activities. Thank you.